This is the Android Lab 4. The welcome activity is the default activity. It just sets up a couple of buttons real fast that pass the user onto different login screens. The login screen for the help me to request that just sets up a couple of sign-in buttons using email. You can also sign up using email and password using Emoth sign in with email and password, and Emoth create user with email and password for Firebase settings. And you can also use Facebook login. The helper login is essentially a clone. It just passes you on to a different activity. For requesting help, the main activity sets up a screen where you can actually take a picture using Media Store Action Image Capture Intent. That image is then passed on to the image view, which you can then upload into the Firebase storage. Doing so will then pass the URL of that through an intent over to the location activity. This brings up a map where the user can essentially confirm their location on the map, and it will get their address, and it will then upload that information when they click confirm it'll upload that over into Firebase, and then it will send them on to well, before it does that, it actually builds the help object in order to actually load it into Firebase first. It needs all these getters and setters in order to actually do it automatically. The user is then directed over to just a final screen where it just kind of acknowledges that the help request has been received and directs them to log out. It takes them back to the main, the welcome activity, in which case they can then log in as a helper. The helper then is taken to a grid layout where they can then see all the different requests that have been submitted with the picture, the address, and the GPS coordinates. The images activity here gets the information from the Firebase database, creates a list of all the help objects and passes that onto the image adapter. The image adapter then creates a bunch of these image view holders, which are inflated here, and then the actual pieces are assigned here. Each of those objects only has the address, which is name in this case, the latitude, the longitude, and the actual picture file itself, which is done as a URL.